Yo, 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 what up, truthers? Hey, there's two Nates on the screen right now. Hold up, there we go. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody had a good new year. We're going to be getting Hatesonny in here in just a second. Just wanted to say what up to everybody. Like I said, hope everybody had a good new year. We're going to get the first interview of the year underway here in just a second. We're going to have merch soon. My two samples of merch for the Talkin' Truth first official merch drop are in the mail and on the way from Georgia. So once I get those in the mail, I'm going to have a store up. We're going to be able to shop some Talkin' Truth merch here soon. Very excited about that. Hope everybody's having a solid night. Just wanted to let a couple people file in here before we started the interview. I think I'm just going to kind of get it going. Not make him wait anymore. Hey, what's going on, man?
What's good, bro?
You can hear me? Everybody in chat, let us know that you could hear both of us okay. Give us a thumbs up or something in there. How you doing tonight, man?
Bro, I'm cool. I'm just at my homie crib cooking up some music and shit.
Ooh, that sounds fun. That sounds fun. Hell
You know,
yeah.
everyday shit. You feel me?
Working on you working on a project to drop soon, or you just working on some singles right now, just making stuff for your own, or
Just cooking up some shit. You know,
hell yeah,
what manifest from this is manifest from this. You feel me? We gonna have to wait. We gonna have to see.
hell yeah, nothing planned in particular. Those are some of the best sessions, honestly. Sometimes when you're just
Like,
going in there, fucking like you said, just cooking up. That's dope.
hell yeah. You know, what happens? You know what happens next is just gonna come into fruition when it happens. You feel me?
Hell yeah. Are you from Chicago originally?
Yeah, I'm born and raised from Chicago, on the south side of Chicago.
Word. What's your favorite part about the city, man?
My favorite part about the city, like, really, is just like I guess the culture. You know, the culture and it's the people, the type of people it is. It's like like having been around like a couple different cities and shit. It's like a happy middle ground between like, like a good decent little social scene and also motherfuckers that they don't really like. It don't ever seem like fake. You feel me? Everybody pretty genuine out here. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah. Especially if they don't fuck with you, they're gonna let you know they don't fuck with you for the most part.
Yeah, you feel me? And like as opposed to like somewhere like LA, motherfuckers gonna gas your head up because on some that type of shit.
Yeah, that shit. That's just like a waste of everybody's time. There's no need for any of that.
Yeah, it's like it's pretty. But like I like the city a lot. Like I guess my like real favorite part of the city is the way like the city look at like the nights at nighttime. You feel me? You see the skyline at nighttime.
Hell
That's
yeah.
quite literally, like my favorite part of the city. The
Never
music
gets
scene.
old, man. I'm originally from Northwest Indiana myself, and I used to see that shit coming into the city as a kid growing up all the time. And I still to this day, like even out at night, like coming back up Lakeshore Drive to my place on the north side, it's like I get chills like looking at that
Yeah, that shit
skyline.
mesmerizing. For we got the best skyline. I don't give no fuck nobody say.
Word, I can get behind that for sure. What you're part of like a little collective, correct?
Yeah, it's my collective of my niggas. You feel me? My homie, my little like all my friends. We go by HL. It's a bunch of it's really just my immediate friend group. Like my brothers and all that.
Hell yeah, it's you, Nate, Kari,
It's
who else is
it's
in there?
a lot of
A
us.
lot of it.
I can list us off right now. Hold on. It's me, Nate, Kari, Hun. It's Mac, Halo, Eric, Evan. Easy, Evan, Gerald, Drew. Lil Miles, Los. It's a bunch of us. You feel me? I can
Yeah.
like every time right here. Every time I like list motherfuckers up, I feel like I'm leaving somebody up, but it's a lot of us.
That's fire. It's just like there's so much talent in that group. It's incredible. Like I,
Yeah,
I haven't met all of you in person yet, but even just like knowing Nate, like Nate doesn't hang around people who don't have talent or who aren't like really about their music or
yeah.
he's so good at that. Like so he takes that
Nate,
shit seriously. So I know anybody he's working with is like on the same level as that.
yeah, Nate. That's my brother for sure. Like we definitely like he helped me a lot in like my progression as an artist and like figure out like different avenues of like making music and discovering music and all that shit. You feel me?
Yeah, definitely. How important do you think it is to have a friendship with somebody to help form that like next level of music? Do you think that
It's
helps
real
helps your
important.
guys' music?
Yeah, it's real. You gotta have it like, cause like you gotta be comfortable with the motherfuckers you making music with to make the best music and shit. You feel me? Like I can get comfortable anywhere and like making music and shit like that. But once you like really tapped in with like a couple producers that really know like how you like to make music, like the sounds that you sound good with, and then like can add their own personal input. Like, all right, I know he's gonna do this with this sound, but let's like expand it, take it further and shit like that. You feel me?
Definitely.
And it's like with those type of relationships, you just push each other. You feel me? Like I've made music with like for example like Nate. And I told him to do a couple things to the beat. He ain't get it at first, and then he did. And he's like, "Oh, I feel you." And he did the same thing to me. Like he said, "Do this with your like flow, or do this with your lyrics, or some shit." Like, and I ain't get it at first, and I did, and I'm like, "Okay, that's fine." You feel me?
Yeah. What did you hear something at first that made you think like, damn, I could do this, or did you like what was it that made you think like I need to start like writing my own shit and like making my own music?
Bro, it just felt. I always say this. It just kind of felt like instinctual to me because I always was like I would always write anyway. Like, 'cause I used to do poetry and all types of shit like that. So I would always be writing this shit. So I'm like, I ain't just might see what it sound like on the beat. One day I'm just like, all right. And the motherfuckers told me they fuck with it, and I just kept like going, and then I just kind of fell in love with the music and shit. Like the process of making music, started like digging way deeper into like songs and like listening to music. And I'm like, all right, this is like I found love, and I'm just like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do now.
That's fire. Who would you say are some of your biggest influences, or who are some of the people that you listen to the most growing up?
Kanye, Wayne, Mos Def, Andre 3000, and then I used to listen to like hella soul music, hella R&B, and then like Chicago house music and shit.
Hell yeah.
Like, those are like the main things I would always grow up listening to. Like my pops and my moms just play it all the time and shit. Like
Yeah.
the first
Yeah.
artist I discovered on my own was probably Ye. And
Yeah.
then my sister like put me on the Wayne, and then and I just found Andre 3000 from Outkast, and then that's when I was just like that's when I started. I think it was Andre that inspired me to start writing. To be honest, because I'm like I'm hearing, I'm like this raw. I want to do this. Like I'm like really wasn't even like I want to do this. It was like how did he do this? You feel me?
Yeah.
And then I'm like all right, I'm gonna figure this out.
Have you gotten to perform anywhere really cool yet?
Um, I performed a lot. Like, I performed in Atlanta before. It was pretty decent.
Okay.
And then like I performed all around Chicago. I think the biggest like or like the coolest spot I performed at was probably Talia Hall. Like me and my
Oh
homie
shit.
Kari, we did like the opening set for Kami Enjoy Your Purple show like literally this time last year.
That's fire.
And that was pretty cool. I ain't never like fuck with a crowd that big before. And it was
Yeah,
raw as
Talia
fuck.
holds like I think like 500 or something like that, 600 somewhere in there.
It was something like that,
It's
but it was
pretty
raw as
big.
fuck. Like I ain't never get like a crowd jumping like that for real.
That's
But
fire.
yeah, it was raw as hell.
What's it like being the opening act? Like not knowing that not a lot of people in the crowd like know who you are, and then being able to do something like that, get the crowd moving with like that they
Oh,
don't
bro,
even know who you are.
that shit was cool. Cause like if I'm gonna be an opening act, I'm always thinking like, all right, I'm already at like, all right, motherfucker, I'm finna go out there. Most of the motherfuckers not finna know who I am. So I'm finna pop out there and make these motherfuckers remember who I am. You feel me?
Yeah,
So I'm finna go out there. It's a little, I'll be getting a little nervous at first, but then with some like, and as you progress and like get comfortable performing, it just starts becoming like, all right, I know they finna react this way to this. So let me, keep like the energy flowing and shit like that, and like just start going off the energy of the crowd. If the crowd like, if I can peep the energy of the crowd one certain way, it tells me I can navigate a performance a different way. You feel me?
hell yeah.
I practice performing and everything before, but I don't really never know what I'm gonna do until I'm really face to face with the crowd.
That's
Like,
cool. That's cool. Shout out to I got Monher in the chat, EK, Bree, Cole, Tim, Abraham, Dillman. Appreciate all y'all stopping through the chat. COVID, man, that shit was not only did it put a halt on all the shows and like the music industry in particular, but like I don't know. I've talked to a couple guys where it like just really affected their creativity. They had a couple months where they just like weren't able to do shit. How did that shit affect you? Did it like get to you at all? Did it motivate you even more? How did all that shit going down affect your music?
I feel like for sure, like this shit not ideal for no creative mind. You feel me? It's not like it's just not too much going on. But for me, like it got to me when it got to me. It still gets to me a little bit.
Yeah.
But like it kind of motivated me to just be able to go hard under any circumstance. You feel me? Like often like shit like this could happen. You got to be able to go hard under any circumstance. And that just kind of like you feel me? It fucked up like the shows and shit. But it's kind of like made me tap in on myself a little deeper, discover different avenues of creativity. I ain't even like, you feel me?
Yeah.
Within myself.
For sure.
I'm just trying to make the most productive use of this time right now because like we can finally get into like having like I quote unquote leisure time. You feel me? To like really just sit back and like assess everything that's been going on and really just make the best that you possibly can.
Yeah, definitely. What was your favorite song to make off of Golden Child?
To make it was like my favorite song that I made off that shit was probably like the most fun I had make was Moonchild, and
Okay.
like my second favorite was probably like S Class, just because like I remember like just being in that zone recording that shit. I kind of like I literally like closed my eyes recording that shit, just blacked out a little bit. I just remember that shit was fun to shit. And then Moonshot was like my first time like trying to experiment with like instruments and shit in the studio. I'm just
Oh,
like
that's
fuck,
cool.
I'm like this shit raw as hell.
Can you speak a little bit on the importance of knowing yourself, and like not knowing yourself, knowing how to love yourself to allow you to grow as a person?
Knowing how to like love myself. Well, like if you don't love yourself, if you don't like if you got a lot of like other shit you carry and it's gonna display within like what the things you put out. So I feel like knowing like the what you're trying to put out and like the intention behind what you want to put out, you gotta like be real tapped in with yourself and understand like you know this is gonna like display like what I'm going through is gonna display with my music. So I have to like be tap in like really assess what I'm putting on display and like really just like putting it in a way where people like understand like my point of view on it and stuff like that. And you don't really get to develop that point of view if you don't really like if you're not really tapped in with yourself for real. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like you got to take time to like take a step back and like really assess what's going on with yourself and with your life and like move how you finna progress forward and like offer some point of view on something.
definitely.
So that's how you actually get like point of view is just how you make a message. You gotta make sure you like really establishing the message you're trying to hammer home.
That makes sense. Have you ever had a problem like staying true to yourself, or like I feel like nowadays with all the social media shit, you see everybody like having a great time. Nobody ever like shows their bad times and shit. It's like it's so hard to decipher what's really real anymore. So like,
You need to like
how do you navigate that field?
you just gotta like really the thing with me is just staying grounded in myself and keeping solid people around me to remind me what's going on. You feel me?
Yep.
Like so it's easy as hell, especially right now, to get lost in like the trend, like a spiral of like social media shit and like being disconnected from reality and shit. You gotta really just stay grounded in like what's really going on around you. You can't fall. You can't let social media warp your perspective on nothing, cause that shit. You go motherfuckers like be ashamed to like I guess talk about like not ashamed, but motherfuckers don't be just talk like everything not happy, everything not busting all the time. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
That's just life. You feel me? I don't want motherfuckers to like paint no picture in me that I'm like some flexing ass motherfucker because I'm not that. You feel me? I never
Yeah,
like felt the need to be that for nobody. Sometimes I just want to have fun. Like I have fun making music because like the process of making music should be fun, but like you know I'm not. I don't really like to. I just got. I know who I. I just know who I am. I know like what I'm trying to do. That's so it's a little. Sometimes it's easy. Sometimes I just gotta like be like, all right, delete the social media real quick. Turn your phone off and like really just live the real. Like go live in the real world.
yeah. Do you ever use the idea of like making timeless music or making music that's gonna last as a motivator when going into the studio, or are you just kind of talking about whatever you're feeling at that point? Are you trying to send a message to somebody, or is there always like intent behind your words? I guess I should have worded that better. Is there always intent behind your words, or sometimes you're just going in there just saying whatever you're saying?
I try to be as intentional as I can. Sometimes like it depends on like the energy I feel. Sometimes I'm just like going off top and like shit that comes to me. But I try to be as intentional as I can, and like I
Mm-hmm.
try to add like as much nuance as I possibly can to my music, just to like create that real setting. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
just create that landscape in that setting, so you like really like end up feeling something with shit I make. You feel me? And then like I don't always go into the studio knowing like I'm finna do this and I'm finna say this like this and I'm finna like enunciate this like this because like sometimes it's just you overthink and you end up making some shit because you feel me.
Yeah.
So I go in the studio typically I'm just like all right. If I like go with somebody like Luke Almighty for example, I typically like go in the studio, we run through a bunch of samples or like some loops or some shit. I'll stop. We'll stop when one just clicks with us with a stop, and then we start building off that shit. And I'll just like take a step back and just like listen to it and like see what's setting to put me in. and create that setting with some lyrics and like some flows and stuff like that.
That's fire.
And then like if I want to like double back on the song and then decide, all right, I'll double back and be like, all right, I decide I want this song to like mean this or get this message across. I double back and like add a couple little sprinkles of change and stuff like that, and then like that's typically my process.
That's fire. What does success look like to you? Have you attained success yet, based on your perception of it?
To me, like general success is just like being able to take care of the people, like yourself and the people around you. You know, I feel like and like being able to be like just I guess like your own variation of free. I feel like it's a little. I feel like I'm still like trying to like break that barrier for myself and like make sure I'm like all the way there. But I think I'm where I'm supposed to be right now in the world. You feel me? I feel like as long as you like, you know, I feel like I've been like doing what I've been doing for me. I do what in my head what I think I'm supposed to do to make sure I'm like at the most successful level I could possibly be at.
Definitely.
And it's the shit gonna come with time. I'm not like I don't never like compare like my journey to nobody else's shit because everything unfold for everybody differently.
Yeah. I think that's definitely something that like I struggled with the most when I was trying to build my brand, was like comparing myself to where other people were at, and it's like, bro.
Yeah, you can't do that shit because like literally everybody got
so
different.
toxic.
Everybody got their own different little like pathway to get to where they want to be at. Because everybody also don't want to be at the same place. Everybody don't want to do the same shit.
Yeah.
Everybody, so you got to figure out what's gonna work for you, what you want for yourself, and then make like start and plant the seeds for like getting there. Sometimes you gonna have like sometimes like for me, I know I gotta like for me to get where I gotta like sit back for a minute. Sometimes I can't do a lot of like I like to work more than I like to play. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I know like sometimes like it's gonna be all that I like to do all like behind the scenes shit and like do all that shit just so I can make sure once it's like time to like do certain shit, it goes the way it's supposed to go. And that's something I had to like learn as I'm doing this shit. Cause I had to learn like and develop like what my end goal is or like what success means. I just had to start making plans how I was gonna get there. You feel me?
Oh yeah, that's a dope answer, man. What do you think separates you from other artists?
I mean, my main separation is like I'm fully comfortable just being who I am. You feel me? Or like with my music, I'm just like I don't really give a fuck enough about what other motherfuckers got going on to try to like conform myself to what other motherfuckers want from me.
Hell
And
yeah.
that's something else I also had to learn in doing this shit. It's like fully tapping in with myself and like just really I just at the end of the day I want motherfuckers to be perceiving me, not who they like attached to like myself. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah.
I just want motherfuckers to perceive me for my own shit instead of like I never want to be that motherfucker that be like that motherfucker saying be like that's
You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Hey, you feel me? I just want motherfuckers to just remember who I am and just know me for myself and like not who they think, not who. You feel me? It's a lot of motherfuckers who I think try to like pose to be something else they not really like. Yeah. I just want motherfuckers to know like it's a spectrum of humanity. I'm not one. You can't be one way all the time. You feel me? You gonna experience being a person is a roller coaster. You gonna experience it like that, and that's perfectly fine.
That's dope. Hell yeah. Who's somebody that you're proud of that accomplished something recently, and what did they accomplish?
I'm proud of all my homies right now. I'm not gonna cut. Like I'm proud of all my friends right now. I know my homie Serena. She just put out an EP. She was on the billboards in New York and shit. I'm proud of my homie Nate.
Hell yeah.
Like his ass been going crazy, locked in. I'm proud of my homie Kari. He been locked in doing a bunch of shit. I'm proud of my homie Gerald. Folks just dropped his project. He been going crazy with his shit. I'm proud of my homie Young. His ass been going crazy, running his shit up. You feel me? I'm proud of my homie Drew. His ass been locked in, working on shit. I'm proud of all the guys. I'm proud of my homie Mac. His ass been going crazy with the Fortune House shit, all the businessman shit. I could go on and on for days. I'm proud of my sister. I'm proud of my mom. I'm proud of my pops. Like, I'm proud of everybody.
Hell yeah, that's dope, man.
I'm proud of my homie Gus. His ass locked in. You feel me? Proud of Luke Almighty. Proud of everybody.
That's
proud
fire.
Of myself. I'm proud of you. Oh God.
It's good to be good to show love, man. Good to give the people flowers when they're here, right?
Bro.
Hell yeah. Who's one of the most important people that you looked up to when you were growing up?
My sister.
sister? Hell yeah.
Yeah, like my sister was kind of like, you know, my second mama for real. Like, it's like because that's like my big sister. So like, she always kind of like just inspired, like to like inspire me to like, you know, just keep going throughout all the shit that go on in the world. Just keep going and doing like what you gonna do. You know.
Yeah.
I know it's like, you know, she definitely kind of like basically raised me for real. Like, my peoples and shit, but like my sister definitely like put me on game and all sorts of shit.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I got. Is that your only sibling? Is the one sister, one older
Yeah,
sister? That's cool.
like my one, it was just me and my big sister.
Hell yeah. Let's see. We got. I thank you to Foolish for subbing again. That's he subbed for 6 straight months now. So appreciate you, man. Staying strong, growing his Talking Truth tree over here. And speaking of the Talking Truth tree, I got some brand questions for you to kind of introduce you to my brand, Talking Truth in particular. There's 4 different parts of the tree that are represented, starting with the roots at the bottom. They represent your core values, what holds you down as a person. So what would you say are a couple of your core values that you learned as a young kid, maybe that you still hold near and dear to your heart today?
For sure. Some of my main core values is just like, you know, staying like grounded and staying like down, staying like just remain in that sense of like being humble. It's like stay humble. Don't get too big headed. That was something like that my OG and like my sister and all of them, like they taught me that. Like just don't get too big headed, because like the second you think like you like invincible, like that's when something happened. You feel me?
Yeah, definitely.
And then like another like main core value for me is just like, you know, stay to yourself, mind your business. Like
Word.
just mind your business and do you. Like just don't try to do nothing that nobody like press you to do. Just do you, because
Yeah.
you know your route. No, don't nobody else know your route. Don't nobody else know what like inspires you to like motivates you. Like unless you tell them, and even then, like you the only one that really know. And
Hell
like
yeah.
you gotta do. You can't really get caught up in like other motherfucking shit. So like really, the main ones is just, you know, stay humble and mind your business, and then go hard.
Hell yeah. That sounds good to me, man. The next part of the tree is the body of the tree that represents the people that you keep around you, your friends, your family, shit like that. So can you? I mean, we talked about it a little bit, and I know you got a bunch of friends around you. So can you just speak on the importance of that and how it helps you be a better person to keep that solid group around you?
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely like blessed to have like the people around me, and like having the people like, you know, who help like develop me as a person have been around me. I'm definitely like blessed. It's not nothing I ever take for granted, and I like would encourage. I would want motherfuckers to just, you know, not take that for granted, because a lot of motherfuckers don't have that. They don't got like a bunch of friends, or they don't got like a, you know, stable environment around them where they're even gonna be allowed to thrive and flourish in. You feel me? So like just don't, you know, don't take the people you got around you for granted. You feel me? If you got some motherfuckers around you that really want the best for you, like, you know, that really want the best for you, like, you just gotta like, you know, make sure you doing right by them. You feel me?
Definitely.
Show you appreciate, like live like you said, show motherfuckers they flowers while they here. Cause like you could, you know, you would rather have like you would rather have solid motherfuckers around you than not. You feel me?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy too how fast some people will show their true colors. Like, I
Yeah,
had to cut a couple of people out of my life, man. That like I should have done it earlier, and I'm kind of pissed off that I didn't, because they were talking down on like the brand that I was building and like
yeah,
telling me that I wasn't gonna succeed in that. Like, why are you doing that shit? And it's like it took a whole nother circumstance for me to cut them out of my life. And I was like, bro, what the fuck? They were like telling me I wasn't gonna do this shit, and I couldn't do this shit. Like, I
and then
should
you
have done
come
that a
up,
while ago. What the
yeah,
hell? Like, I was holding on to some real toxic people for a long
and like
time for like and I still don't
sometimes
know why. Like, I'm still kind of trying to figure that out. Like, man.
I learned. It took me minutes to learn, like some experience to learn. Just like sometimes, like you keep motherfuckers around because you really do like got genuine love for them as people, and like you really love them for real. But you gotta assess what it means to like love somebody and shit like that. You feel me? Like
Yeah,
if I got love for somebody and I know that me being involved in their life isn't beneficial to myself nor them, then you gotta like be like able to like let them go. And like
definitely.
friendships, all sorts of shit, like people around you, just in general, like that's a form of showing somebody love, is assessing like, you know, their place in regards to you and your place in regards to them. Just realizing that's not conducive or healthy for either one of y'all. So you just gotta like break that connection.
Word. Self awareness is super important.
Yeah, yeah.
2 more parts of the tree moving up. You got the branches, and that would represent the experiences that you've had in life. So, what are a couple experiences, or even one experience that your music has brought you that's really stuck out?
I really like that was brought to me by my music.
Yeah, yeah. So either you were at a show and somebody came up to you and was like, "That was dope," or shit, you realized how good you were at music, and just a moment that like your music brought you that you're like, "Damn, this is dope."
I'm gonna keep it a bug with you. Like every time somebody tell me I make like I'm fire or some shit, it always sticks out to me because this is like I just be doing this shit because like I just like I do this shit like because I like to make music and this just feels like natural to me. But like every time somebody tells me like I'm good at this shit, I'd be like, damn, for real. I'm like, for real. I'm just kind of like I don't. I was I'm winging it. I'm not winging. Like I don't want to say I'm definitely not winging this shit. It's definitely like a plan behind it. But it's like shit. I'm going crazy. You feel me?
Yeah, I definitely relate to that. I get a couple comments on YouTube. They're like, "Damn, bro, you're asking like really cool questions. This needs like more exposure."
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, I don't even know who you are. That's like, okay, I'm just doing something I enjoy. Like I'm literally just talking to the artist. Like you said, it's unscripted. I'm not planning anything. I'm just having a conversation with the guy. Like,
every time a motherfucker like just tap in, like really just able to like connect with you, it's always like at least for me, it's always something that like warms my heart up a little bit.
Hell yeah. The last part of the tree would be the leaves, and that would be the lessons that you've taken from those experiences. So what would you say is like the most important lesson that you learned growing up as a kid, or like maybe something that you regretted that you did that gave you a good lesson?
I can say like a couple. Like I know for one, like just be grateful. Just be grateful for the things you have, because like it's always somebody that got a worse, like they got shit going worse than what you got going on. You feel me? So it's always good to be grateful.
Definitely.
It's like everybody can. It's hard to like when you're going through what you're going through. It's hard to like even consider like what the fuck other motherfuckers are going through because you're going through what you're going through.
Right.
But like you gotta really just be able to like assess like, all right, like I'm going through this shit. It's going to affect me how it affects me, and you gotta move on. Don't hold on, and you can't hold on to no negative energy. You just gotta keep going. And then some other shit that I think is like an important lesson that I learned was just like literally just be yourself. Sometimes it is easy sometimes to get caught in like the idea of certain shit that this idea to get attached to certain shit. You gotta like know who you are as a person. Just like stay true to yourself.
Hell yeah.
That's like the main thing. Is just like just stay grounded.
That's perfect because I mean the platform's called Talkin Truth. You got to stay true to yourself. So I mean, last real substantial question for you: what does truth mean to you?
Truth to me means just like the truth is the truth. You feel me? Like the real, unbiased, like unfiltered truth.
Yep.
Like sometimes the truth ugly. Sometimes the truth is what you need. Like the truth is always what you need. You feel me? It's clarity. Like clarity is the truth.
Yeah, it's not always popular, but
the truth not always gonna be popular. The truth not always gonna be pretty. The truth not always gonna feel the best. But the truth is like you need the truth.
Yeah.
Without the truth, you not like without the truth you gonna like without the truth you're not really like you can't be the best variation of yourself if all you're doing is lying to yourself. You feel me?
Shit, man. That's one of the reasons I started the brand. That's crazy that you just said that because literally one of the motivations behind the brand is like I wasn't true to myself. Like I went to college when I shouldn't have. Like I listened. My first girlfriend like guilted me into still trying to go to college and get a degree. Like made me feel like a piece of shit for not doing that. So like, man, it's just so cool to hear the artists that I like listening to when I'm having a conversation with them. They say like the exact shit that like I'm working for, and the reasons that I built the brand are like full circle. It's just so cool, man. I appreciate you coming on, man. It's been so cool.
I appreciate you having me. It's just always like everybody go through like the spectrum of being a human. It's not you gotta just go through it to understand it.
Hell yeah. Shit. Any final thoughts from you at all? What you got coming up next? When you got new music coming out? What you working on now?
Just dropped the Moonshot video and all that.
Yep.
It's really cool. It's really cool. I think people should go look at it. I think it's cool.
Oh yeah, it's fire.
But I think me and all my homies, we got a lot of shit coming out soon. So I would just I don't want to go to like too specific on nothing, but we got a lot coming out really really soon.
What's the best platform to follow you on for like catching up on shit? Would you say Instagram, Twitter? What are you on the most, or like what's the best place to get an update?
On Twitter, I'm Hatesonny. Spotify, Apple Music. If you want to tune into it, I'm dropping the stuff. SoundCloud too. It's always easy. It's pretty easy to find me. Hatesonny everywhere.
Hell yeah, man. Well, shit. I appreciate you coming on. If there's ever anything you need, let me know. I do like those studio videos and shit. If you ever want me to come in the studio and do like a little video for you, let me know.
For sure.
You know, I'm hoping I get a little bigger. So if you ever need some music promoted in the future, hopefully I'll have a little bigger platform to help you out in that regard too. But
sure.
shit, man. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me, bro. Blessings, love, bro.
Likewise. Stay safe, man. Hope you have a good night.
All right, you too, man.
All right, take it easy. You gotta get to the right screen there. Let's go. That was fire. That was Hatesonny. If you haven't listened to his music, go look up his project Golden Child. He's got that out on Spotify Music and all those other platforms, like he said. And then he's got a new single out as well that he dropped in November. But that project dropped last July, so definitely go check that out. Again, we're going to have some Talkin' Truth merch dropping very soon. I got the samples coming in the mail, a t-shirt, and I got a sweatshirt. We're not going to do sweatshirts, I don't think. We're going to do hoodies instead of the sweatshirts. Unless you guys like the sweatshirts more than the hoodies, we'll decipher that. But Talkin' Truth merch is coming within the next 2 weeks. I will have the store up and you will be able to purchase it. It will only be purchasable through the end of this month. You're only going to have one opportunity to buy the first ever edition of the Talkin' Truth merch, and it's going to be numbered and shit. It's going to be real exclusive. So please be ready to get the first edition of the merch coming up soon. I'm really excited for that. Thank you so much, Foolish, for subbing again. I appreciate you. Juice, thank you for coming by. Tim, my bad, I didn't ask that question. He was actually in the studio at that point in time making music. So he actually took some time out of his day while he was making music and creating to have a chat with me. So super appreciate him for that. I appreciate everybody that stopped by. Cole, Nate, I'm sorry that the stream was frozen for you. Juice, always a pleasure seeing your name up on the screen. Got to have you back on for a chat. Haven't had a show with you in a while. We should do another one. Bree, Munher, Abraham Dillman, EK. Appreciate everybody that stopped by. Anybody that's still here. We got another interview on Thursday. Be here on Thursday. We got Kari. He's a buddy of Hatesonny, so he's a really good guy. I've been in the studio with him and Nate before. That should be a great talk. 7 o'clock on Thursday, and then let's see. We have an interview set up with another Pivot Gang member, Fresh Waters. That one is coming in hot on... What day is that? What day is Fresh coming on? Wednesday afternoon. So Wednesday, January 13th, we got Fresh Waters from Pivot Gang coming on the stream. Pretty excited for that. Yeah, that'll be a good chat. More Pivot. I can always mess with more Pivot. Very excited for that one. All right, everybody. I'm going to take off for the night. I appreciate everybody stopping by. Brayburn, you're really bad at exiting the door. My dog is so goofy looking. Let's see if can you get a look at him over here? Let's see. I don't know if I'll be able to get the camera that far over or not. Oh, nope, he left the door. Brayburn! Brayburn! Nope, he's done. He doesn't care anymore. Alright. Well, I will see you guys later. Hope you all have a great night. And we'll see you on Thursday for the interview.